Okay folks, today we're going to try the inverse radical grafting method, and we will start by mixing up some media for the pots where they will live in while hopefully the grafts take. What I found out last year is what works pretty well in a pinch when you don't want to mix up your own stuff is basically anything. So you start with just the commercial bag of soilless mix, and we add in bark chips, and the bark chips lower the pH concentration and give everything a little bit more stability. So we just mix it up so everything be a little bit more bark chips in here. And maybe one more handful. You want to come take a close look? That's pretty much the consistency of what I was using last year in pots that worked pretty well. And that's the end of step one. Did you turn it off?
What?
Did you turn it off?
Oh, yeah.
The mix that we're going to put in our pots. Probably not enough water. Probably what you wanted is to be damp, but in this initial set you want it to be damp, but you don't want to be able to squeeze water out. It's a little bit, probably most of this bucket would be my guess is how much we need. It's starting to feel damp, but not dripping. I think we are about good to start potting up. All right, and that is the end of step two. All right, in step three, we're going to put the mixture into the pots. And what I did this year is a new thing. I got these 5-inch pots with these humidity domes on top. They've got lots of good drainage at the bottom. So hopefully these will work pretty well to be able to hold the seedlings that are grafted for a while and keep humidity on the graft until the graft takes. And what I did is I labeled the top with a wet erase marker. And you see this one says radical swollen canker. So this is a tree that I know of that has swollen cankers close to our house, and this is going to be radical because we're going to use the radical grafting technique. So we open this up. Fill up our pot with our media mixture. Put the top back on. There's one, and then I'm also going to be doing some hypocotyl grafts. So this one is a hypocotyl graft, and then OA strong. So this is one where we did our oxalic acid leaf test last year, and it tested well on the oxalic acid leaf test. All right, and we'll do that for all the nuts we're going to plant right now. That's the end of step 3. All right, so first off, so the next step, we're going to start planting some nuts into our pots for the hypocotyl grafts. And the hypocotyl graft, we wait till the shoot is coming out of the ground, and then out of the media, and then we graft onto the shoot. So this is one of our pots marked for a hypocotyl graft. I've got a bag here of nuts with some peat that was lightly dampened that I took out of the fridge earlier this week. The nuts have started to germinate, so we put them into our soilless media, cover it up, and then we wait until we get a sprout. And so that's the next step for the hypocotyl grafts. All right, the next step is to assemble your supplies. First, we've got cuttings from 2 trees. This one was strong on the OA, the oxalic acid test. This one has swollen cankers. We have paper towels. We have pruning shears. We have water in a spray bottle. We have an X-Acto knife. We have ethanol. We have parafilm. And we have these tongue compressors, craft sticks. May use those, may not, we'll see. All right, that's the end of that set. All right, so now we're going to start actually doing the graft, and the first step there is to sanitize our supplies with the ethanol. So I use the paper towel, I put the ethanol on the paper towel, and then I rub our X-Acto knife with the ethanol, and then we eliminate a cat who's trying to eliminate the sanitariness, and we restart the video. All right, now that we've gotten rid of the cat, we are cleaning our X-Acto knife with the ethanol. And then we're cleaning our pruning shears with the ethanol. And then we're going to do a swollen canker. So we're going to take a swollen canker set. We actually want to use thin scion wood on this because of the fact that the radical, the root, is very thin itself. So we'll go here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try to get 2 buds on it. And I'm going to cut off the top part because I know people don't like grafting on the top part. And then I'm going to cut right here. And that's going to be what we're going to graft. I'll put the rest of this back into its bag. Then we're going to cut the graft into a wedge. So we start, we cut all the way through. Then we come to the other side. Now we got a nice thin wedge there. Now we take out one of our root stocks right here. You see, you want to do this graft while the root is young. I'm just cleaning off with some water. I'll try to get the peat off of the root. Okay, spray it with water again a little bit. And I'll clip off off the part that's curly-cued, so I've got a nice straight part of root to deal with. Now I'm going to cut the root down the middle. With the X-Acto knife. Now I'm going to take our scion. And hopefully be able to put it through the cut. Need to cut it a little longer. There we go, so we got the root cut. Now the scion goes in. Now, we're going to tape it with parafilm. So we cut a very thin piece of parafilm there. So we have a nice thin piece of parafilm, and we're going to pre-stretch it a little bit. So parafilm will stretch pretty well. You see as I stretch it, stretches pretty good. And you have to do this with the child in the background playing Fortnite. That is a very important part of grafting, by the way. Being able to concentrate on grafting with Fortnite going on. Now, you're going to try to wrap this in parafilm. Turn off the video for a second. I gave up on the parafilm on that one, and I used a tomato grafting clip, and that worked very well. So I'll try parafilm one more time. I know that I should be able to do it, but we'll just use the tomato grafting clip this time. Now we'll take it. And now, put our top back on. We wait to see if the graft takes. We close off the vent. So it stays all humidity in there for now. And then over time, as the graft hopefully takes, we will increase the humidity level. All right, that's good. All right, and here's one wrapped up in parafilm. So I did successfully manage to figure out how to do this. I think it's just trial and error and figure it out. And hopefully one of these two takes. I'll try another round later this year and see how they do. This one was with the OA, the tree that tested well on the OA test.
Directed and filmed by Chef
That's how you do it.
Morse.